Only few locations.
Yes. Namaste. Good evening, Jamanji.
Good evening. Good evening, Pankajji, Navinji, and Mr. Trent.
Good evening, sir. Very good evening.
How are you doing, sir?
Right now, Jamanji, you are also enjoying a holiday.
Actually, it is not holiday, but pressure is very less because I'm an accountant, so my almost work has been done. Now I'm passing a very you can say I'm enjoying my day because last few weeks I was too much busy from morning to at night every day. I was too much busy, but now from morning to afternoon I'm working, and after that I'm free.
Okay.
Navinji, after a long time, after a long time I get you. How are you doing?
Sir, actually, I was on vacation, summer vacation. I
Oh,
have, right, right now, I am in villages. Uh, yes, yes.
okay.
And also Aryan with me. He's also enjoying a lot.
Oh, because they are actually when they go to the village, then they can meet with their very close relatives like grandfather, grandmom, aunt, then uncles, a lot of villagers. So their feelings is very good.
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, every vacation I have came to our village and मम्मा का फोन बज रहा है.
Do you know lychee?
Yeah, of course, lychee is available in my country.
Yes.
वो तो
In
कटा
Bangladesh,
हुआ है ना.
lychee is available.
Lychee is summer fruit. Lychee, mango, jackfruit.
Yes. Before mango, I think. I think it's a very before, just before mango. Yes.
Yeah, actually, lychee is very tasty and very attractive. Okay.
Yes.
So, is there any special day today? Yeah, because I cannot see anyone today. Any special? None one is here.
Yes. Today, Chaturanan Mallik sir session today. So I think he will join soon.
Who?
Scientist Chaturanan Mallik sir.
Yes, sir. Aryan
Okay,
is
scientist.
excited. Right now, he's
Yes.
waiting for sir.
Yes.
You can talk with Aryan, sir. Hello, Aryan.
Hello.
Hello, Aryan.
Yes.
Aryan,
Yes.
how are your days? Because you are in village, so I think you are passing very good day, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, what's your favorite subject?
Or science and maths.
Science and math. Okay. And so far I know, you are very interested about uh, that is called actually I don't know in English that is
Uh,
uh, uh, astronavigation, right? Astro.
yes, sir. Is it?
So Aryan, you are enjoying in village right
Yes.
now. So you like in village life or city life? Namaste, sir.
Namaste. How are you guys?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah, we are doing very good and we are waiting for you.
Yeah, continue.
Hello.
Thank you.
Yes.
Listening.
Yes, Aryan.
Yes.
So you like village life or city life? Which life you like?
Uh, it is difficult. City life.
City life you like?
Yes, ma'am.
So what's the reason? Then village life you not like and only city life like because
Sir, there are facilities in the city, but here there is no facility. There is no facility of proper proper filtration of water, education, and hygiene.
Okay, got it.
but right now I think in village also school is available like DAP school.
Yes, sir.
Aryan,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Aryan,
But in my area, there is no advanced school.
I Kati area also.
Nothing.
How far it's in Kati city to your village? How distance?
20,
2 kilometers.
2 kilometers.
2 kilometers only.
Yes.
1 kilometer is it's so near. I think. You know Muzaffarpur city. You visited or
Yes.
no in this visit?
Yes, sir.
Which place? Do you know any place name in Muzaffarpur?
Railway station.
Railway station.
Only Muzaffarpur railway station.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know Bhagwanpur?
No, sir.
Okay. Today is science session, Aryan. So please say something regarding science.
Which science? Okay, sir.
Biological science. Some.
Oh, astronomy is a branch of science in which we study about nature of things. Um, quan- Quantum mechanics is a scale of quantum things, and it's a study of how they behave. And science has many things to explore, like black holes, planets, stars. There are many types of black holes, planets, and stars. Planets, and there are terrestrial, rocky planets, gas giants, ice giants, and stars. There are neutron stars, pulsars, and sun, supergiant, red supergiants, white dwarf, and black holes. Black holes come in four categories: small small black hole, stellar black hole, medium black hole, and supermassive black holes. Supermassive black holes are very large. They can fit about 1 billion suns. The the biggest black hole is Phoenix. Sorry, Phoenix not. 10618. It has a mass of 66 billion solar masses. Actually, we have discovered that 10618 is a quasar, and Phoenix A is a alpha star. Thank you.
Okay. So Prem, right now you are free or no, Prem? Hello, Arun. Good evening. Hello, Arun. I am audible or no?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
So Aryan,
Yes.
when you go to Ludhiana
Tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Tomorrow I will be in train.
So summer vacation is now completed.
Yes, sir.
And right now, which class do you read right now? Sixth. Right.
Fifth.
Hello. Sixth standard. Aryan, which class do you read right now? Hello. I think Aryan is okay. Aryan,
Yes.
please wait within 1 minute. I think Chaturanan Mallik sir will join soon. Yes, Prem, Arun, you are free or no? Yes, so Manas sir also joined session. Prem, do you know our Prime Minister visited in USA and right now in Egypt? And second thing is our ISRO and NASA in 2024 both will join do something in space. You listen news or no?
No, I'm not aware of it.
Okay.
But PM think there, no? V2 meeting.
No, Prem, sometimes your voice is not coming in proper. Yeah. Yes, actually, approx 4 days
Hello,
our PM in USA.
is audible?
Really? Yes, you are audible now.
No, I said there were kind of meeting Z2 summit.
No, no, G2 summit, no, G2, G20 summit is only in India right now. But
So when it was when it will be there?
no, G20 is for 2023 in India. So
When
it's
when when will be held? What
continued. One day in Jammu Kashmir, one day in Uttar Pradesh, one day in Mumbai, one day in Delhi. Means place to place. It's going on. For it, I think it will be going on 1 year, 2023. It's only in India.
meeting will be there for G20 summit? held in
G2
India.
G20
Yes,
2023.
yes. So maybe in that meeting, globally leader will be also will be part of this meeting.
No, Prime Minister visited regarding in White House something state. Avana sir, can you please explain? He is invited by President Biden, Prime Minister, regarding his very famous thing regarding something is state dinner something. You
Hello,
know
sir.
state dinner.
Yes, sir.
That is kind of special dinner, you can call it. It's like guest, special guest.
Yes, sir.
That's what it is.
It's really very good for our India. Because right now, Prem, America and India, it's a very good friendship regarding our technology, a lot of things, defense,
Sir,
equipment. Yes,
sir, our President PM Narendra Modi just met Elon Musk.
Good, good.
Yes, so then Tesla will be coming soon in India.
What will be coming soon in India?
What's up?
What will be coming soon in India after that meeting?
Tesla can come in India.
Tesla. Okay, okay. Automated car.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes. During visit in USA, our Prime Minister also meet Tesla owner. What's his name? He's also owner of Google. Sorry, Twitter. I think. Yes.
Yes, sir.
SpaceX also.
SpaceX too. Mm.
So driver worker will be very kind of jobless situation because in India various opportunities having driver community.
Cause it's a automatic car.
Mm.
Price of Tesla is not a normal price by purchased by every
Yeah,
person.
it is
Very,
a very high price.
I think it's only few percent people will utilize if it will come in India. Yes, Amarnath sir. Same question is if Tesla type of car available in India, then what happened our driver life? So, Amarnath sir, can you say something regarding in USA automatic means driverless car percentage utilizing in USA right now? It's a good or not?
Um, it would not have a big impact on driver's life because it is too expensive.
Yes.
So person can afford driver, he also can afford car too.
Yes, sir. Because Tesla is at a very high cost.
If you do survey about state from driver employee coming from UP Bihar is very high in Mumbai.
Yes, but Prem, do you know if one yes now Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Welcome,
Sir,
sir.
please.
Welcome.
Yes, sir,
Hello.
please. Namaste, sir.
हेलो नमस्ते।
Welcome.
अमरनाथ जी भी हैं, प्रेम जी भी हैं, सुरेंद्र जी भी हैं, नवीन जी हैं, पंकज हैं, और बच्चे सब किधर हैं?
नवीन जी के साथ में है बच्चे सारे। आर्यन।
अच्छा, आर्यन आया हुआ है।
Yes.
सो हाउ आर यू आर्यन?
Sir, nice.
सो व्हाट आर यू डूइंग नाउअडेज?
Sir, I was in my vacation.
अच्छा, you have taken vacation from this. Good. So what all things have you read in this vacation?
Sir, I have made it video. I have made it videos in about astronomy and post, and my father posted into in Facebook, and
Oh, good, very good.
we
I
are
will also see. I will also see it. Can you? Acha, you have posted in Facebook. Can you post in this WhatsApp group?
uh, okay, sir.
बुक के बारे में बताना बाबू।
Okay, sir. I I have read the Michio's-Kaku God equation.
What is
Michio's-Kaku.
that?
It's about the God equation. 1 plus e raised to the power of I pi equals 0.
One plus.
E
Hmm.
raised to the power of I pi plus a
Okay.
equals 0. Um, it is written there that everything that we have a guitar, and when you play it, it produces a sound or music. That music in in this world is particles.
Acha, I didn't know these things. I will learn from you. And where is Amarnath ji?
Mm, he's present, sir.
Yes, sir. Amarnath sir is joined. Hello,
Sir, I'm
Amarnath
listening
sir.
you guys.
Sir,
Yes.
Continue, continue. I'm listening.
Oh yeah. So how
I
are you?
I have a question.
Yes.
How can
Yes,
I
sure.
how can I join ISRO?
Oh, I had sent one this thing, no, dude. Oh, but that was for higher class, isn't it? Oh, how you want to join? No, that is not now. I had sent. I had sent one. No, that how school students can join one class taken by ISRO people. I don't know. You are in class 7, isn't it?
No, sir. Fifth.
Mm. Fifth, so you are not eligible in that. Yeah, maybe. You want to join ISRO after you complete your studies, or you want to join now?
Uh, join, sir. I
Okay. So now they will not take you, but after you have completed your studies, then then only you can join it. So first complete your studies.
okay.
Sir,
Okay,
I
sir.
think after 8 or after 9. After 9.
सेवेंथ में
I
After
had posted no one that ISRO is taking for young students,
yes, sir.
school
Sir,
students.
After 7.
for
Uh,
1 week or 2 weeks, I think.
yeah, it was class 7 and class 7. I think I don't remember now, but it was.
Listen, sir, I think 9, 10 student only. High school. High school student.
Yes, yes.
So, but you're interested in astronomy, so now ISRO is a space research organization. There the job that you will be doing is how to send rockets into space.
Oh,
Okay, so but if you're interested in astronomy, then you have to join any of the telescope centers which are there all around the world. Big telescopes are there. So if you want to see the sky through the telescope, that is one way of doing astronomy. There is another way of doing is how to understand the universe. So for that you have to join some astrophysics course in the university. There are many universities now they teach astrophysics.
oh,
So after BSc you have to take up in MSc you have to take up astrophysics course.
okay, sir.
In India also we have few universities they give that, and in abroad there are many universities they give astrophysics course. So till BSc you have to do physics, and after that you have to do, if you choose you can choose a special subject or even main subject as astrophysics.
Oh,
So you are in class 5, so you do have still about 9 to 10 years to go. So 9 10 years you have to study.
oh, sir, sir, the previous question I asked you,
Hello, hello, I can't hear you. Hello, yeah, what is it you are
yes,
saying?
sir, it is all because of the tilt. Sir, the previous question, why it is hot in summers and cold in winters?
Yes,
Can
yeah,
can
yes, it is because of the tilt.
yes, sir. Um,
So, did you understand? Did you do a follow up in the study?
yes, sir.
How it is because of tilt?
When the sun rays, the tilt of the earth
Hmm.
causes a change in temperature. Many people believe
Hmm.
that temperatures of the earth changes um, due to the uh, position of the earth. When the earth is closer to the sun, it is summers, and close and farther from the sun is winters. Sun rays when the sun rays reach earth, if it is 90 degrees, then the equator would be very hot. If the earth if the light is concentrated on the northern or northern hemisphere, then there would be more light or heat in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah, but again, it's not because of the Earth is near to sun or Earth is far from sun. It is just because of the tilt. Yeah, because anyway, Earth is very far from sun, but because of the tilt, no, the difference comes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you have some more questions?
Mm, yes, sir.
What is that question?
Sir, I watched a video about quantum mechanics in which there was a phenomenon called quantum entanglement.
Yeah. So what is that?
Um, Sir, I didn't quite catch the video, but I understand a little bit.
What is that you understand?
When two particles are entangled with each other, if the first one is if both are down, and if the first particle is up, then the other particle would be down. Yes, sir.
Uh, yeah, more or less it is correct. So this year the Nobel Prize has been given for this. There is a device which is based on entanglement. But quantum mechanics we'll try to study later on because it's a very difficult concept.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, but it's worth knowing. But the important point is that very large objects, they don't, they follow almost like classical mechanics, classical things. Our natural, but as the things become smaller to the size of, let us say, proton and very small size, suddenly not suddenly, gradually, they start following the rules of the quantum mechanics, which is very surprising, but it is true.
Sir, I have
So
another question.
yeah,
Uh, which is bigger, 10618 or Phoenix star?
what is that?
Star 10618 or Phoenix A, which is bigger?
Sorry, your sound is not clear. What is this? Phonics? Hello.
Yes.
Once again, your question.
Which is bigger? 10618 or Phoenix A?
uh, Navinji, can you? I'm not able to. His voice is getting cut. Can you repeat his question?
Sir, I am audible.
Now you say, yeah. What are you saying?
Sir, which is bigger? A 10618 or Phoenix A?
Sorry, I'm not getting you. A
What
ton
is
of.
what is bigger? What is bigger? There are
Ah,
two element. So what is bigger?
The,
which element? Which element?
no, sir,
Elemental.
that is not a element. It's a thing. 10618 is a quasar, and Phoenix A is a alpha star.
Sorry, I don't
Phonics
know the answer
phonics and
to.
what? Second? Phonics first, second what?
Phoenix A.
I don't know the answer to this question.
Oh,
What is the answer? Can you tell?
sir, Phoenix A,
Why?
according to me, because it has a mass of 100 billion solar masses, and the other one has only 66 billion solar masses.
Okay. So how much is 1 billion? Kathi. How much is 1 billion?
Think, sir, due to network is yes. Now join. Yes, Aryan, please
Oh,
continue.
Okay, sir. And the last one, about superposition,
yeah. What is that superposition?
in quantum mechanics, in which
No,
uh, uh,
no.
when we
Aryan, I think we have to first understand the basic principles of quantum mechanics.
yes, sir.
Then we will understand what do you mean by superposition and things like that. But anyway, complete your question.
Superposition is a state of a thing where It is everything and present everywhere. And but when we look at that thing, the quantum particles of it broke down and the thing is present there. But when we look at it,
No,
even
actually,
if you are in a galaxy and there is a electromagnetic particle accelerator, and if you shoot light or electrons, it would be in many lines. But if when you see it, it would be only in two lines, even if you are observing it from 1000 billion light years away from the experiment. Even if you are in a
yes.
black hole. But
No, actually, so Aryan, first we will try to understand what is quantum mechanics, and then we can go into the advanced principles of that. So, in simple terms, what it means is that quantum from quantum mechanics we learn one thing, that an object is like, say, let us say ball, you have a hand in your hand. So that ball can be described, let us say, as a particle. A particle has a position and a velocity at any time, anywhere. Now, once you go to very, very smaller objects, we, that particle, that particle, like say electron level, then the electron behaves like a particle sometimes, and sometimes it behaves like
okay,
a wave. So all the quantum mechanics objects, all the quantum mechanic of like photons, electrons, protons, and other things are described by wave functions. So you're talking about the superposition, no? So it's the superposition of wave functions. So basically, but main important point to know is, first we have to understand why it is so and how it is so. That as the object becomes smaller and smaller, it starts behaving like a particle and like a wave, both at the same time. So they, in quantum mechanics, they call it wave particle duality. So no, let's not try to know big things, but very simple thing is this, that very small objects, they behave like a wave and they behave like a particle at the same time. But in our normal life, we don't see any object like that. In normal life, whatever object we see, which we can see, they are just like particle. A particle is a particle, a wave is a wave. A wave, you know that when you throw a stone in a pond,
yes sir, that
then
is
what happens is that circular waves they go, so there is a wave there.
yes, sir.
Yeah, and a particle is a particle. So, but something behaving like a particle and behaving like a wave at the same time is a very peculiar idea. Nobody, yeah, even in the last century, in the early, nobody agreed to this. But then all the measurements, they point out that it is like a wave particle. So it is a complex thing which our nature is. So Amarnath ji, how are you? Hello.
Manas, please unmute, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm fine. Thank you. I was Malikji. I was thinking about this kid, that Flagstaff in Arizona had a big telescope, and I had
Yes,
taken
yes.
my kids Amit there few times to kind of see things in the in the sky.
No, not only him. Please take me also. I also want to go there and see
And
that
well, well,
Arizona.
well. No,
Telescope is very good, very big
yeah,
telescope and very nice
yeah.
one.
It's very famous. So what I was thinking that I think they have many children program. So this kid who is interested in all that, maybe you can guide him that Arizona Flagstaff Center, and maybe he can research and join as an international student there to see different activities what is happening there. And there are a lot of things happening which is already on their website, which this kid can take advantage of, about different stars, and because they have quite a few astrophysicists there, astronomers and all that. There is a huge staff of almost like 100 scientists who are researching and researching the sky. So I think just guide him a little bit to connect with that center. That would be good.
Yes, actually, in Arizona, you have one of the best telescopes. Of course, the biggest telescope is on Mount Palomar. Um, the Arizona one is also very famous. In fact, nowadays they are also doing a lot of research in black holes and things like that.
Yeah, I mean that's why I remember that I had taken Amit there few times when he was a kid, just for exploration. So I'm sure there are a lot of things there on their website about the international students, and maybe Aryan can take advantage of that one. So I forget the full name of that planetarium, what they call it, but I think you can help him to research that, or maybe if I find some information, I'll send it here, post it here also.
Right, right. In India, we don't have big telescopes because they are very expensive. Uh, but now the few telescopes are coming, but they are radio telescopes. So there is a international collaboration. It is made by India. The one radio telescopes are coming somewhere in the south. So, but USA
And
has a lot of telescopes, and
yeah,
in Mexico you have one big telescope.
yes,
In
yes, Mexico
Australia,
also
yes,
has. There are many other places, and also just MIT and Harvard have a lot of money, and sometimes they give scholarship to even the undergraduate students free. Can you believe that you get to study in Harvard and MIT on the scholarship? Many international students get that free education. So when he become a little bit, just ask him uh, to compete for those kind of things, and then who knows? Maybe if he's lucky enough, he can get into Harvard or MIT free of cost.
sure, sure. I think yeah, they have good research going on. So Aryan, you got the message from Amarnath uncle that if you do good in studies, so you can get scholarship to join a big telescope center.
There is one at Flagstaff, Arizona. So you try to research on that one. Flagstaff, Arizona,
Is it in
and
Hawaii? Hawaii?
on
Hello.
the yeah, you should on the computer research first. Telescope Center at Flagstaff, Arizona, USA, and that will give you exactly the name of the place. And then you should go to their website. There are a lot of things you can learn about astrophysics, astronomy, and all that. And there are a lot of scientists there. You can ask them directly questions also. They would be glad to reply. Those are the people who are really experimenting on different planets or galaxies with their telescope. So you can ask them directly questions. They would be happy to answer your questions. So I would encourage you to join that Flagstaff, Arizona Planetarium, or whatever they call it. I don't remember exactly what is the name. But as a student, you can join them as an international student, and then gradually you can learn more and more about their programs.
Very true. Very true. This- On 16th June of just today is what? Today is 23rd, 16th June. Professor Rai Chaudhary had come to Calcutta and I went to hear his talk. His talk was on the basically black holes, but also detecting gravitational waves. So India is going to contribute in a very big way. There is a very big center coming up somewhere near Pune.
Oh,
They call it LIGO, and which will detect gravitational waves.
sir, I have heard it name before too.
You have heard it. So it is being made. So there also there are astrophysicists, and you'll be surprised, all of you. This is
They
for
have,
all of you.
they
We
have,
earlier we earlier thought that there is a black hole at the center of our Milky Way galaxy, and you'll be surprised that Stephen Hawking, even before his death, no, he was challenging everyone that nobody can see a black hole. He used to say that if you show me a black hole, I will give you so many pounds, even before his death. Now he has died, and now we are able to see we could see the black hole at the center. So there is some now black hole by definition is a body which even does not allow light to come out. So how do you we see a black hole? We cannot see a black hole because how do we
as
see things? How do we see things? Now, suppose you look at me, how will you see me? Light will fall on my body. From my body, the light will go to your eyes, so you will see me. Or I can emit light. I'll have something in my body which emits light. Then you can see me.
yes,
But if no light goes from me to you, you can't see me, isn't it? And that is what black hole by definition is. That you no light can come out of it. But there are special cases around the black hole. Something happens. They call it horizon. From that, the light can escape, and that is what was seen. Just I think probably this was about 6 months back, and you will be surprised. Now there are so many black holes. Even the day on which he was giving the lecture on 16th June, there were three black holes discovered on that day itself. So almost daily, we are just discovering black holes. So the universe is filled up with black holes. Very interesting, actually, is happening. Things are happening. So
Namaste, sir. Now Sanjay
yes,
sir join, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, Dr. Sanjay. Good evening. How are you? You all know that Dr. Sanjay. He is an expert in metallurgy. So,
Sir, good evening.
good evening. On Saturday, we discuss only science. So we
Right,
learn
right,
English as well as we learn science, both of.
right, right, right.
And there is a young boy in the group now. His name is Aryan. He is very much interested in science. So we were
yes, sir.
discussing that how he can pursue his studies in science.
Very good. Very good.
He is in class 5.
Wow. So very inquisitive mind.
Yeah, and he's able to talk about black holes and other things. So, so we want to encourage him to learn things.
Very good. I'm in Thailand. I came to deliver a lecture on post-pandemic outlook and trends in plating industry globally.
Oh,
Yeah, so there were many other people from across the globe. They also delivered on different topics. So it was a good learning experience. And then also we have manufacturing exhibition from around the world.
uh,
So yeah, so from 21st to 24th, and from then tomorrow I'm playing golf, and then day after tomorrow I will return back.
oh. So no. So why don't you give us the summary of your talk? So we will also learn about it.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yes, yes, sir.
So what was the
Yeah.
summary of your talk?
So it was focused on, surface and coating industry. Surface finishing and coating is about $82 billion industry globally,
Oh,
and around 45% of that uh, is in China.
oh,
Rest, yeah, rest of them in other countries like North America, Europe, and Asia, Southeast Asia, and Asia. And there has been effect of pandemic. Most of us felt it in different ways, and we know that the way of working has changed due to pandemic effect because of social distancing. Some of the coating technology like PVD, physical vapor deposition, which needs a closed environment and people to people interaction was not possible. So about 30% of PVD industry has been shut down during pandemic. But interestingly, people are innovative. When they face challenge, they come out with innovative ideas. So those things which were possible to be coated in open environment like electroplating. So they shifted from PVD to electroplating by innovating new types of jigs and fixtures. And also people are adopting sustainable coating technology. Green coatings are coming, nano platings are coming, hydrogen fuel platings are coming. So whenever mankind has faced challenge, mankind has overcome those challenges and converted that into opportunities.
yeah,
Now,
yes.
yeah, and now plating industry is also adopting slowly Internet of Things, Industry 4.0, artificial intelligence. There was a presentation from Fraunhofer Institute in Germany, in Stuttgart, and
Oh,
they showcased one live example how they have converted a plating line, electroplating line, in the university setup by using AI and ML, you know, to predict what is the plating life or plating bath life, when they should change chemicals, all those things on the fingertips on mobile phone apps by using data analytics, collecting tons of data from each process. So smart plating, internet of things, and a lot of regulations have come in plating industry. So industry has to follow those regulations. So this was the gist of my presentation. So it was focused on economic outlook as well as the technological trends and outlook. What is going to happen in next few decades?
well, but one thing was very interesting that you pointed out that China has 45% of the coating. Um,
Yes, yes. For China is the manufacturing hub of the world now, right now.
What about
So
India? Where does India stand in that?
India India is picking up. Plating industry is shifting to, from China to India, Vietnam, Thailand, these places in Asia. But China still has a very strong hold in the plating industry. And most of the plating industry is
Hello?
You are not audible. We lost you.
Hello?
so
We can't hear you.
can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Yeah, what I was telling that 45% of plating industry work is devoted to automotive sector, the automobile manufacturing.
Oh.
Yes, and rest are distributed amongst hardware and medicals, agriculture and construction, jewelry and other things, electronics. But automotive is still holding, majority of the plating work. And electroplating is, among the top. It is catching up very fast. Yeah.
So, as far as the technology is concerned, most of the coating work is electroplating. But what other techniques are used for plating actually the surfaces?
Different kinds like CVD, PVD, then we have spray coating, then we have
Hmm.
plasma, right?
Yeah.
Electroplating, electroless plating. Then I came across in the exhibition one new type of plating, which is using inorganic materials,
Hmm.
and they are just dipping it after short blasting, and then they are putting into furnace around 300 degrees Celsius for a certain period of time, and you can coat any type of metal. So this is very sustainable. You are not using, like hexavalent chrome is very injurious to health, like it can cause cancer and all those things. So a lot of chrome hard plating is being replaced now by these newer type of platings. So there is a Japanese company called Geomet that manufactures this kind of material chemical. So it was very interesting. Although plating, I am not an expert in plating, but I I am in Singapore Surface Engineering Association. So association asked me to represent the whole country in this global conference and tasked me to deliver a lecture. So I gathered a lot of information. It was more like perception mapping across the globe. So I have many contacts in plating industry across several countries, including United States and Germany and other places. So I have to do a lot of homework before I came up with this presentation.
So, to add on, Bhuvanji and others, there are many things common in many industry.
Yes.
I have been in semiconductor industry. Once he said PVD, then my, मेरा कान खड़ा हुआ because I have used all my half of my time in doing PVD in semiconductor.
Which semiconductor industry? Where were
Uh,
you?
uh, Computer chips making for Intel, any semiconductor device chips.
You are working
So
for which company, sir?
I have worked for Intel, IBM, Global Foundries.
Okay, Global
So
Foundry is in Singapore also.
yes,
Chartered
yes, yeah,
Semiconductor. It
yeah.
was at the Chartered.
So basically, physical vapor deposition, CVD, electroplating,
Right.
all these technologies, adhesion science, some other things, we we extensively use in our semiconductor
That's
making.
true.
Uh,
Especially in front end wafer fabrication.
Not
We have
only in front end, back end also. For example,
yeah.
the copper. So let's take the copper, like just like in the house we do for general people here. Wiring you have to do ultimately with the copper. Similarly, the chips level also, once we make the transistor in the front end, in the
Mm,
back end we make interconnect, and
mm.
that interconnect copper is used. So you can imagine that angstrom level, even the millionth of angstrom level, there is a wiring happening with the copper.
Yes,
So
about 1 mil.
so
Yeah,
yes,
the diameter
so
is about 1 mil.
yeah, so basically what happens is that for the copper also, basically we do PVD, and basically you have interesting here physics, Bhuvanji, just pay attention. So you have insulator, and then you want in the insulated area you want copper connection. Okay, so insulator is oxide, SiO2, and now you want to dig a hole, which we do by dry etch process, and then there we want to deposit copper. But question is that you if you have a big trench, let's call it a big cylindrical trench, it's very hard to fill at the bottom at uniform level. It's very tough task uh, because how do you go at the bottom of the trench? So that's one challenge. Second challenge is that copper doesn't directly adhere to the oxide surface. So so that's another challenge. So basically, the technology which was developed by IBM was the first one. I was in fiscal when this technology was developed. I'm glad to see that happening in front of my eyes. This technology. So basically, they uh, uh, they there is a they call it a glue layer, tantalum and tantalum nitride. These two are, you can call it a friendly glue layer. That is what is first deposited on the oxide hole. And then after that, copper is deposited. So copper is friendly to tantalum nitride. Uh, uh, and tantalum is friendly to oxide. So basically, they added two more layers, although they really wanted to deposit copper, but they couldn't do it. So they had to do this. And all these three layers are done by PVD, basically
Yes,
physical
yes,
vapor deposition, and basically vacuum is very high level of vacuum, 10 to the power minus 6, I think, if I remember sure. And then basically in the different chamber, you have a target of a different material like tantalum or tantalum nitride or copper. You bombard it with your RF, and then basically those atoms who ablate from the target, they by different mechanism are deposited on the surface of the wafer. That's how it happens. And so that's how we do the copper deposition in the fabs. And and so it was very interesting to see that
yes, yes,
application. And and of course PVD and CVD is done at very different level. I mean, almost half the factory is PVD and CVD in semiconductor
and
making.
PECVD.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Amarnathji, you have touched based on a very interesting topic on wafer manufacturing. So first the silicon oxide is, grown, and then after that you do photoresist, and then, you know, patterning by lithography and then etching. So all these processes are repeated almost 200 to 300 or some thousand times on depositing different layers. And this copper deposition is very interesting that you told that how to deposit
Yeah.
a metal on a oxide which is not conducting. So tantalum and tantalum nitride, yeah, at 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 atomic level they are being deposited, and they are very very fine structure. And then when they fail, we do failure analysis by using FIB and electron microscopy, and then we find out where is what problem, and then improve
Yes,
the
I mean,
process. So
uh,
yeah.
basically, there is in the semiconductor industry, uh, uh, the most common word I have heard in my whole 40 years of career is defect. defect defect defect. So basically there are and these defects you cannot see physically. Physically it's not, you cannot see anything on the wafer.
No, no.
There is nothing, so everything is by
You know, at
uh,
ASU, Arizona State University,
yes,
I come across they are developing 3D holography, three-dimensional holography to see inside the ICs, integrated circuits, without cutting them or destroying them.
yeah,
I'm not sure how much progress has been made in that, because non-destructive visual inspection, you know, has reached to its limit. Human eyes are only 65% effective. And
yes,
then we have machines, AOI and different kinds of machine for 100% wafer inspection. And is still then, defects skip. And then we have issues in back end. And then when back end raises the issue, front end will always say, no, we have 100% inspection. We are not shipping any defect to you. And but fact is fact. And there is always a fight between front and back end. Then yeah, I'm sure something happens in between also, because we store wafer at different place and before shipping to backend factory. So storage condition is also very important. Yeah, but
yeah,
yes, you're right. Defect is a very big uh, department. Yield improvement and quality and failure analysis very extensively, being worked, and they have very good people, scientists, knowledgeable people. They are they are solving problem day and night
it's
on
it's
Wi-Fi.
sad
It
that
was,
India missed the boat. Small countries like Singapore, Korea developed
आपकी आवाज कट रही है. Your voice is gone.
oh, small countries like Singapore, Korea, they could develop the semiconductor industry,
Taiwan,
but India missed the boat.
Taiwan. So now the Chips Act, which was passed last year, because USA faced severe chips shortage, and there were many automotive factories lying down. Situation was reported, and although United States consume 48% of the chips in the world, but it manufactures only 12%. Although it designs, it is at the epitome of designing all the chips, and then it outsources, like it works like a fabless factory. It outsources all the front end and most of the back end and testing to East Asia. Taiwan is number one TSMC. Taiwan, Korea. Samsung is, I think, making about 45% of the chips across the globe,
Yeah. Hmm.
followed by 10%, 50% like Micron and others. So that's why these 12 congressmen approached Biden, and then they asked to solve the problem, and then they have they have done something, but I'm not sure it is going to solve all the problem, because if you open, you are investing around 200 to 300 billion dollar. They're pumping from National Science Foundation, Institute of Standards and Technology, and then they've also developed one National Semiconductor Technology Center. So all these institutions, funding agencies are pumping money. But when United States started designing and outsourcing fabrication to East Asia, the whole supply chain was also developed in Asia. Now they want to reverse the trend, manufacture things in in the US, but supply chain is in Asia. How they will overcome it overnight? This is a daunting challenge in front of United States now, and
Well, I mean, it's
so it will solve the problem, but only partially. Second thing,
uh,
testing. So once you have fab, then even if you can do the back end packaging, the testing has to be done in East Asia. A lot of testing high houses are here, not there. So
yeah.
these two
I mean,
issues,
see,
that
I
was the
think,
assumption made, I think, in
yeah,
the CHIPS Act.
the main problem is the cost. That is why in the 90s, like IBM was the
Yeah,
leader up to 19 semiconductor development.
yeah.
When I was working in Poughkeepsie, there were Samsung, Toshiba, all these people were there in
Mm,
consortium to develop like 64 meg DRAM, 256 meg DRAM,
mm,
and and then there even later on a lot of other companies used to come like Samsung and all those to
mm,
collaborate
mm,
collectively to develop the technology. And so it was there, and then IBM had fabs, two three fabs in this country, and
mm.
IBM decided that it's very costly to manufacture. So they said, okay, now on what we'll do is that we'll develop jointly the technology, and then manufacturing will be done by partners in other countries.
Right.
And that is the policy happened for almost like other companies too. That
Mm.
everybody become like that because the inhibitor was the cost. Labor cost is very high in this country,
Yeah, labor cost and
and
also the efficiency of production. Productivity is also lower there. And here, like countries like Taiwan and Japan, their productivity is very high. They have learned from Japanese, how to increase productivity with lower
yes,
cost.
yeah, yeah. Well,
So,
because of the labor is main thing is the labor. Because what happens is
mm,
that you need the expertise is how much time you spend on anything, right? And
right,
then
right.
if your manpower resources labor force is moving around from one industry
Mm,
to another industry, you keep
mm,
training and then suddenly you keep losing them. So that
right.
was the problem in this industry, and they cannot afford to pay very high. uh, I mean, they already were paying very high
Mm,
wages. So that is why it started going industry to other countries.
right,
And
right.
now, I mean, initially application was for the chips only in a certain sector, but now you have started using chips in almost everything.
Everywhere. It's a
Because
digital security
right,
issue now.
yeah,
Very
it
big
is. It
digital
is.
security issue in the United States.
Yeah, it's like you have a refrigerator, you have microwave, you have your telephone.
Everywhere.
There is not a single. You have card now, so you cannot do away without chips now. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is for United States. It's not a big challenge to bring it back because uh, all the major suppliers, which is for this semiconductor fabrication,
Mm,
uh, all the main ones are already in this country. Like for example, Applied Material, Lam Research. I have also
mm,
worked for Lam Research.
mhm.
These two are the top two companies. Only then your ASML is in the Europe
Holland. Holland.
lithography. Yeah, for the lithography, they are
Yeah.
the leader. So it's there is between Europe and here. Um, they have still the know-how of major things, major scientific,
True,
all the
true.
supply chain they have. They can replicate it, and they can do it. But the
Correct.
the thing is that it doesn't take it takes time. It's very
Yes, yes.
expensive. Like
It's
it's
very
easily like
capital. intensive
Correct.
industry.
Yeah, it is $20 billion easily for putting up one fab.
Yes,
So $20 billion, you need ultra pure water, you need everything, like you said.
electricity,
So
continuous
I
electricity.
mean, it can be. They will do it. What only thing is that it will take a little time for
Yeah,
to because when I was in 80s, there were so many fabs all over the. When I was working for Lamb Research for a while, pretty much there were so many factories here and there. Like one was in Bowenji, where your son went, Irvine. There was Rockwell International. They had their fab. There was one in what is that called place? Miami, near Miami, Orlando. Like that, there were so many fabs, and gradually all of them pretty much shut down in this country. So as the manufacturing picked up in the other countries, cheaper areas, they all
yeah,
shut down the fabs here. So now United States is realizing that like you said, that supply chain. I mean, if every supply chain starts happening in the other country, then you will lose the expertise.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you have pointed out correctly that ASML, which is the largest supplier of lithography equipment, is based in Holland. It is in Eindhoven, and then you have all the wafer handlers. Then you have etching machines like ASM FEMS, Applied Materials, Lam Research, KLA Tencore. Then you have all these companies which are making equipments for semiconductor manufacturing is one thing, but another thing is toolings and also the materials. Material supplier, like for back end you need PCBs, you need gold wires, you need copper wires, you need a lot of other materials, polymers, like you have to do packaging within polymers. So lot of materials are also based in this side of the world, Asia.
Yeah,
So
So
but
I have one question to both of you, both of
hmm,
your expert. This now recently Modi, that Micron is going to
2
shift
point
or
yeah
start. Yeah, it's some
2.75
2.5.
billion dollar investment,
And
they have already declared. Sanjay Mehrotra actually declared it within Micron
yes,
6 months back that they will invest in India, but they did not declare which place. We were thinking it may be Hyderabad, but then Modi ji declared that it may be in Gujarat somewhere. So my
yeah.
last job was in Micron. I worked for Micron for more than 3 years, so I know the
Oh,
internal things. Yeah.
so
So
my question is this: that's when Micron says that it is going to establish what part of the job they will do in
back
India.
end, front end they cannot do in India. Fab is still not ready. Like Amarnath ji said, it needs clean water and continuous supply of electricity, and then it needs the know-how for wafer fabrication that is not there in India right now. So it can do the
No,
lower end part of packaging, back end, and then maybe testing can be done. So if you see $100, a chips cost $100, then $80 comes from front end wafer fabrication, and maybe 12 dollars comes from back end assembly packaging,
mhm.
and then maybe
but
rest comes from
what
testing.
is it that will stop for doing the main thing in India? No,
No.
but I
So
mean,
this Bojit, see, the thing is that anything can be done. There is a cost associated with it, right? And question comes, who is going to eat the cost? So for example, I can like testing is normally is a very low level technology. You can do it in the pretty much very simple class environment, like
Which
you
one?
don't need it. uh, testing, like all
Testing,
the
yeah, yeah.
later on,
Yeah, it's very stationary. It's
right?
static work, yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Like and before you put it everything in the module, you just like C4 technology and all that can be done
Mm.
anywhere,
Mm.
and that's what is like Malaysia, Singapore, and all these countries are doing. So you need to start first that, because that is the lowest cost semiconductor activities you can do.
Mm.
Okay, that is where you have to start first. So that is what he's saying, that
Yes, yes.
do
So
it.
it is like
Yeah,
before you fly, you have to crawl, then you have to
yeah,
walk, then you
yeah,
run and then fly.
yeah.
You cannot start
Now,
flying,
yeah.
immediately.
Now the main thing is that, but that is not sufficient. We really have to start making whole chips now in India, because imagine every right from the car to everything, for all the physics, all the things, astronomy, astrophysics, you need chips. Are you going to buy all the chips from China or United States or Taiwan? I mean, you'll go bankrupt. So
Yeah, self
we
sufficiency has to be
that's
there.
what I was
Self
saying, that
reliant.
we missed the boat in 60s and 70s, when we
Mm.
should have jumped into this industry. But
True.
unfortunately, we missed it. But now it is not too late. Now
Correct.
almost now this semiconductor industry is basically, it is now, now we are at the verge where we are asking that we need another technology. This is so matured now. We never thought that we will go beyond like 10 nanometer of wavelength. Now we have already gone to 5 and 3, and that's what is right now.
Two is the latest from TSMC. Few weeks back they declared 2 nanometer.
Yeah, yeah. So basically now, and so this industry is almost coming to an end, at the end now. There has to be a newer technology
Mm.
development, and I'm sure somewhere something is happening which will replace this industry, because this is now super mature. Because how
Mm.
can you go beyond like 2 already? Maybe you can go to 1 nanometer, and then after that, what you do? So,
Mhm.
uh, uh, but then,
Chiplets, yeah, chiplets are coming, and then you have different
uh,
concepts are
but
coming. 3D,
but then the
2.5D.
application is so huge now in different areas.
Yes.
There is not a single like, all everything
Yeah.
is now chips. It's
Yes.
memory chips, computation is chips. You need all kind of chips. So
Yes. Yes.
doesn't matter what you have. All the controllers, old controllers have been replaced by the computer chips now.
Yes.
All
Yes.
the calculations you do by computer chips.
And
All
the
the
next
memory
big
you are
thing
keeping with
coming
the.
is quantum computing from IBM.
So India still has to. I mean, it can be done, but like government has to come up with some upfront, because these companies they are always ready to expand, but they want the countries to come forward and give them a lot of money as a donation, or to come, because it's very capital intensive. They don't want to
Very
go
capital.
and invest in India for nothing, right? So you have to
Mm.
make it attractive for, say, for example, like I tell you one example. Like I think in 2006 7 की बात है ये. Yeah, yeah, Intel wanted to do the testing packaging in Chennai. They had a land there, and Indian government, I think that time maybe Manmohan Singh was the CM or whoever was CM. They had promised that well, they will give $1 billion to the company. Cost that time was about $3 billion to start that factory. And then when Craig Barrett was the he was the CEO of the company, he went to Delhi, and then uh, they said, no, we cannot give you money. Okay. And they had been negotiating as a dual site one in Chennai and one in Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam. So Craig Barrett didn't come from Delhi, returned to USA. He straight went from there to Vietnam and started that factory there. So we see, so we missed it, and now it is almost $10 billion of industry there in Ho Chi Minh. So like that, we always miss the opportunities. We don't value it. That what future holds. Like I know how much advantage we'll have in future. We become short sighted, and then this is what
Yeah.
happens.
So in
That
during chip shortage period, Amarnath ji, one chip costing $1 was sold for $70 in the black market.
well, that is always the
Actually,
case, right? Yeah, I mean
$60,
that's
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It's so it can be done now. I mean, because see, the thing is that if 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 computer chips can be made in Taiwan, it can be made in Samsung, it can be made in Singapore. Why it cannot be made in India? Yes, it can be made. Yes, but then question is that we have to create the infrastructure, which can be done. It will be cost. Who is going to eat the cost? And that has to be shared, right? I mean,
but Amarnath ji, one question. No, this $20 billion or $30 billion, I'm sure India has got now industrialists like Ambani and Adani and all these. I'm sure they can invest this much. I think it's not a big amount for them.
if they can
But what
invest,
is
then I
the
don't know why what is holding.
No,
oh
no,
yeah?
no.
So it
What
is
is
the
happening, sir?
yeah.
That this industry is very cyclic. What you earn in 2 quarters, you may lose in next 2 quarters.
Can you
Because
explain that? How do you lose it?
yes, because the right now in electronic industry there is a slump. Only 30 to 40% of the equipments are being consumed. So capacity utilization is only 30 to 40%. But
Okay.
you are running the factory and your operation cost is same, although you are producing less and you are generating less revenue. So basically you are not making money. But as soon as September, October comes, Diwali and then Christmas and New Year, again people will start buying things and then demand will increase. Right now the whole inventory pipeline is full. So there is no
So
demand for new production.
yeah,
So this is
so
very cyclic. Second thing, every few years the product life cycle changes.
yeah,
And you won't believe that for every new product type there is a new process and new equipment you have to buy. It's highly capital intensive,
yeah,
and each equipment costs, like Micron had a uh, expenditure of about $12 billion per year only for capex, new equipments every
yeah.
year. Now from where it will bring? It's it is not making
So
money, it's not earning money.
Yeah, I
so
can understand. I can understand this problem now because Marwaris and Gujaratis, they want
Yes,
quick money. Quick money they
correct,
want.
correct. So the whole
yeah.
So,
cycle is about 10 to 12 years for a product. So
Now
you have to
not
bear.
so
Yes,
so Bowenji. So this is
yes.
not going to be that a new player like Ambani and Adani can jump in. What we need to do is that uh, they cannot enter existing ones, like for example Samsung, Intel, all these companies who are already established somewhere.
Micron.
Micron, you want them to come and start a unit, a safe unit, which is least expensive first in India, and then gradually they will have confidence and then collaboration with the government, and then you can expand it to go to the higher level of factories. You can do it.
Yeah,
That's how it
SanDisk.
happens because these factories are very internationally all integrated,
Mm.
because it is not that all these factories like Samsung, for example, Micron has a factories. They already have a roadmap that what they are going to do where, which research is happening where, which manufacturing is going to happen where.
Right.
and they all collaborate at at one point. And so it's not that a small player can just go and do it. No, it doesn't work that way. Overall, they make money, but then a single unit is not going to work. That you can just do a,
Yes,
mm,
yes. The
uh,
most important thing is, Amarnath ji, the workforce development. Without workforce development, we cannot think of putting a factory.
well, that is not a that is a challenge, but workforce development is, if we are running almost every factory, all the research and development is happening in America here, which is the top in the world in semiconductor. Uh, Mostly it is Indian and Chinese. Two-third are two-third are Indian and Chinese. One-third is Indian, one-third Chinese, and one-third American. That's what uh, I have I have been part of that one. So
Mm.
I don't think the manpower development is a challenge. That can be done. The challenge here is that the how to attract big companies who are already established to bring
Mm.
them to India. So it is a political challenge. I don't think other challenges are as difficult as it appears on the surface, because
Mm.
we can train anybody. You have a, I mean, here you have a high school graduates technician work doing basically.
Yeah.
you know yeah,
So
India, we have
how
so.
US is tackling this now? Like US wants to bring the whole thing back. What is its thinking? What is its roadmap?
Well, I mean, it's trying to give them money to start more factories. That's what it is. So every companies which are already established company like
Yeah.
Samsung, TSMC is coming in USA. All these companies who have already established footprints,
Right, right.
they are
And are they
expected to
also,
expand. So
yes.
government is giving them incentive. This is what is needed in India too. That if
Right.
United States, such a mature country in this, where this whole industry started, because it's such a capital intensive industry, that companies hesitate to spend money, you
Mm.
know, to sink so much money. So that's why they have been asking government that you upfront give us the money to subsidize our cost, and that is exactly what is needed in India. India has not yet realized that it is very heavy capital intensive industry. It is needed, but these companies, they cannot afford by. You have to give them incentive. I mean, look at it, how much money we are wasting every year giving to Samsung and other companies computer chips right now, which we use it for telephone itself. Everybody is using telephone in India.
Yeah,
So,
Correct.
in this case, I'll tell you one small positive point with India.
Mm.
India is the part of the Large Hadron Collider in CERN, in Switzerland.
Yes.
See, here in my office, which is this Bhava Atomic Research Center, no. So there they made a special Manas chips called Manas, and
Mm.
there it got made in that Chandigarh where semiconductors India is there. Special
Mm.
chips,
yeah.
simply because we were not given at that time chips by the US or other countries, but that was supposed
It's
to be
very
used
low
in the
end.
yeah,
But these chips are
experiment.
very, very low end. Very low end chips.
Yeah, it was a special kind of chip which we
Yeah.
wanted, so they
Mm.
never gave us because there was a
Mm.
ban on Bhabha Atomic Research Center. So
Semiconductor
it was,
Corporation of India, right?
yeah, so we got it made in the. I was not a part of it, so my friends, my colleagues, so they got it made in Semiconductors India, and that was used in the experiments in the
Mm.
Large Hadron Collider. Is
Mm.
still being used.
Right,
So
right. So these are
no,
not mass
my
production. This is not
yeah.
mass production. This is a batch type of production.
Yes, yes, yeah, best,
And
best type
maybe
production.
they bought the wafer from somewhere else. They might have given the design to a wafer fab
So
in
what
Taiwan
you
or
Yeah,
somewhere.
somehow but because that time USA did not give us. That was
Yeah,
the
I'm not aware of any wafer fab in India. Amarnath ji, do you know any wafer fab?
no. That is the only thing. Chandigarh has that only little thing. Very old, old. I think it's not even. I think it's only 6 inch fab, probably not even the
Okay,
eight.
okay.
Uh, nowadays all the fabs are 12-inch fab.
Mm.
Uh, 12-inch like is size of the wafer, diameter.
Where
12.
thousands of chips can come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then six was kind of first was 4 inch, and then 6 inch was the second generation, then 8 inch, and then 12 inch. Now they're trying to do 16, but that's not going to happen most likely.
Yeah.
So
So Amarnath ji, how about taking some of it seems there was in the newspaper it said that when the Micron comes somewhere in Gujarat, there will be some 100 auxiliary units coming up elsewhere all over the countries. Why not Darbhanga? Can we think of Darbhanga as a place where something will come up?
well, I mean, what basically is saying is that I mean that I don't know what exactly is Micron going to do over there, depending on if it is going to be simply the testing and all that, then electronic, packaging, what we call it.
$2.75 billion, you cannot have a wafer fab. So most
No,
probably it
yeah.
it will be
So
testing and assembling.
that's where test and assembly. That's what it is, probably. That's
Yes,
what that's what
yes,
that,
yes,
that is what you need everywhere. That is the first thing happens when the you
yes, yes.
electronics footprint. You do every company want to do first the test and assembly. Test
Yeah,
and
like
assembly.
Malaysia has most of the factories are test and assembly. They don't
Yeah.
have wafer fab.
So test and assembly is basically both.
Okay.
For your information, test and assembly is that you take the already wafers which have been made, the chips already has been made in the other factories. So it is like a pizza, big 8 inch or 12 inch pizza size. Now there are so many chips on it. You cut it into small pieces. The chips, that is the first thing. That's called
Dicing.
dicing, is the first operation. And then little tiny chip are they are tested that electrically if they are doing their job or not. All those, there is software for them. So basically, you do the sampling, but initially, of course, you have to do 100%. But later on, you can see the how is your success rate of yield is. You can cut down to sampling, but after that testing is done, then basically you do the addition that you want to make a module which goes into chip, computer, or any place, right? Module is what we sell to the as a unit to the computer company. Say, for example, if it is a CPU. So basically, you put bells and whistle to that chips to make it so that you can simply plug into the computer. So all that is what is called assembly and test, basically. And there are IBM used to use C4 technology. There are many different types of technology you have. So that can be done anywhere, in any country, in any place. You can do it in the, you don't even need a clean room environment. You can do very little bit cleaner than the general, like hospital environment. Just like you have a hospital environment, that type of clean room you need. And
Yeah, like you don't need 10K or 1K, you need
yeah,
100K,
yeah.
1000K. Yeah.
Like hospital theater, you call it surgery theater, you would need clean. So that
Mm.
kind of you need, and you can do that one. So
Yeah.
that is the first thing you need to do in India. And then I mean, and then gradually from there uh, you progress. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, uh, uh, right now, let's see that first let it come to the country. I mean, um, um, Definitely, Bihar has very little chance right now to be part of all these things because we are way behind. So, so let's not hope anything. But as long as it comes to India, it's okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Finally, you
uh,
will see Biharis working in there.
yeah.
So it doesn't matter here or there.
Um, yeah, it's very nice. But why not Amarnath ji and Sanjay ji, both of you offer yourself for this
I am
development
ready.
in
I am
India?
available. I am available. Actually, in this platform, global platform of surface engineering, I proposed and I am going to lead. The committee has agreed for a global platform, creating a global platform and center of excellence at different countries for failure analysis for
Hmm.
plating industry. So similar thing can be done for you know, any kind of manufacturing, including electronics. So it it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, and our services are always available. We need to come down to India and talk to people, Vedanta, Tata, Micron, but these people already have a army of people, you know, already ready to serve. So I'm not
Our
sure how. Yeah,
our
what. Mhm.
climate needs to be a little bit more, pro industry. That's the problem.
Yeah.
लाइक क्रेग बैरेट का एग्जांपल जो मैं दे रहा था आपको, तो
Hmm.
आई वाज टोल्ड दैट क्रेग बैरेट जब दिल्ली गया तो उसने जब मांगा दिल्ली से पैसा, तो उन्होंने कहा पैसा तो हम लोग लेते हैं दूसरे से, इंडस्ट्री से, और तुम हमसे मांग रहे हो। सो
So, Amarnath
Correct.
ji, now the things are little bit different. Actually, it's the corruption is not that rampant. I'd say I find places like say Ahmedabad and Bangalore and all that things are a bit efficient a little bit.
but still, United States, India is considered one of the top very corrupt country for business. That is what is their concern. That China में क्या है कि at one counter at the top पैसा वो लोग ले लेते हैं, but after that they don't have to worry about it. Things can get done everywhere. इंडिया में क्या है, तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर के ऑफिस में भी घुस दो, चीफ मिनिस्टर के ऑफिस में घुस दो, आईएएस को घुस दो, किरानी को घुस दो, चपरासी को घुस दो। आई मीन बेसिकली एवरीबॉडी सेज दैट माय डेस्क को क्लियर करने का मैं एक जिम्मेदारी लूंगा। नोबडी टेक्स द ओवरऑल रिस्पांसिबिलिटी। दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम इन इंडिया। तो जब तक आप ये इस करप्शन के सिस्टम को ठीक करेंगे, इट इज नॉट येट द इंडस्ट्री फ्रेंडली। अभी करें देखे, राइट नाउ आई एम अफ्रेड दैट अभी जो है यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स वांट टू यूज इंडिया एज ए बैकअप फॉर चाइना इन द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग। लेकिन मुझे डर लगता है कि वी विल मिस दिस चांस बिकॉज ऑफ द करप्शन। वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू यूटिलाइज दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी, क्योंकि इतना करप्शन है वहां पर कि हम लोग कुछ कर ही नहीं पाएंगे।
Hmm.
Let us be
चाइना का
let us be.
एडवांटेज ये है कि उनको जो
Hmm.
दिया गया करने के लिए वो कर दिए, बिकॉज ऑफ डिसिप्लिन एंड ऑथोरिटेरियन स्टाइल ऑफ
Yeah.
वर्किंग।
नहीं वो लोग तो डंडा चलाते हैं तो
हाँ, अब इंडिया में टू मच डेमोक्रेसी है,
Yeah, too
एवरीबडी
much.
इज लीडर,
You
कोई
cannot have
वर्कर
this.
नहीं है, कोई सुनना नहीं चाहता किसी का।
Yeah. So
So
that is
we
the
need a
whole.
different kind of workforce for such type of industry where
This
process is already developed, you just have to
you
follow it.
cannot have this kind of. You cannot have the economy in this way. पूरा माइंडसेट जो है इंडिया के लोगों का चेंज करने की जरूरत है। यू कैन नॉट हैव बोथ वे। सारा फ्रीडम भी चाहिए आपको और पैसा भी चाहिए, दोनों नहीं साथ में होता है। यू हैव टू हैव सेक्रीफाइस। थोड़ा सा
Hmm.
करना पड़ता, काम करना पड़ता है। पूरा इंडिया में देखो तो आज ये छुट्टी है, कल वो छुट्टी है, कल ये छुट्टी है। आई मीन व्हेन आई टॉक टू किड्स, मैं उन लोगों का पूछता रहता हूँ, बोलते हैं कि वो आज मतलब देयर इज ऑलवेज सम काइंड ऑफ छुट्टी। तो स्कूल में पढ़ाई क्या होगा इफ यू हैव सो मेनी वेकेशंस। यहाँ पर तो हम लोग देखते हैं एक फ्राइडे की जो छुट्टी होती है, कभी कभी मतलब फ्राइडे या मंडे कोई चीज का होता है, हफ्ता में कोई किसी किसी महीना में एक एक्स्ट्रा दिन का छुट्टी हो जाता है, तो उसका हंगामा होता है, ओ 3 दिन का वीकेंड हो रहा है, फ्राइडे सैटरडे संडे, और संडे सैटरडे संडे मंडे पूरी लाइन लग जाती है रोड पर जाने के लिए, कि बेसिकली ट्रैफिक जाम हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है। वहां पर हर दिन जो है त्योहार ही त्योहार है। यू कैनॉट यू कैनॉट हैव इकोनॉमी इन दिस काइंड ऑफ, अगर आप प्रोड्यूस नहीं करेंगे, खाली खाने में ही लगे रहेंगे सबके सब। We are a big consumer, but we don't want to produce. How is that going to be possible?
Amarnath ji, things are changing a little bit actually. Like say, for example, I am giving you, like say the satellite program. Now it has been given to the private sector. So they
Yeah,
are able to produce it, you see. So that means if
yeah.
needed,
Yeah.
it can be produced in the country.
So,
एंड वो जो
yeah,
राजीव गांधी जी ने जो कहा कि 1 रुपया में 15 पैसा ही जाता है, यूज होता है, 85 लोगों के पॉकेट में चला जाता है, तो वो सिचुएशन अभी थोड़ा बेटर है, आई वुड से। 1 रुपया में
Yes,
60-70 पैसा आप जो है
I
सही जगह
agree. India
जाता
is
है
in
खर्च।
transition. India is in transition, and the youth
Yeah,
and the youth of India is taking lot of initiative to have new startups. I know one startup
right.
who is following Elon Musk. They have developed a reusable vehicle even cheaper than what Elon Musk is trying to do in his SpaceX. So I
Yeah.
don't know how much successful he will be, but there are, very, very young people and talented people, they are coming up. So India is in transition. Political system is still managed by the old house, old, school of thought. Whereas the young people have already transformed themselves, their thought process, their, work culture into a new way of doing things. So somewhere it will, merge, converge, and I think that will be the, transformation of birth of new India. This is how I see. Definitely
yeah,
changes are coming,
yeah,
no
which is
doubt.
good.
Yes.
Whole country, we have to have the, right now, like in the top conversation there in the news is always about politics. In this country, conversation in the news is always about economics. So that is the difference. That
That I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Not just
Because,
economic, but innovation. Many countries
yeah,
have tried to emulate United States, which is basically a innovation based economy. Everything comes from there. All the innovation takes place in the United States. The thinking process itself is like that everybody is innovator. But here it is not like that. We are still not on the innovation path, generate, economy through innovation. So
yeah,
many countries have tried. Only successful countries are Israel, Germany, United States, and few maybe others. And others have failed, you know, to emulate United States. It's very different DNA there. So, like, research takes place in the universities, and then there are spin-offs in the university. Then that idea gets converted into, some commercial things, and then into business. So those things are happening, in the United States. That model has to come to India. That research institutes have to deliver things which can be commercialized, not just publishing papers. Once
yeah,
we are able to do that, thus, I think we will be on the right path.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I question that why did our politicians adopted a British style democracy? Why
Mm.
didn't they go for the American style democracy? That was a huge mistake, I think, in my opinion. Uh, that right now, what happened is that we don't even have a government for 5 years. Like, for
Yeah.
example, let's say that opposition party wins in the next year's election, then you'll have a prime minister for like 6 months each. All the five, six candidates.
Political stability,
Mamta,
yeah, will be gone.
uh,
Yeah.
Mamta Banerjee will say that, well, I'll be the first prime minister for 6 months, and then
Mm.
Nitish Kumar, and then uh, all. So this is the problem we have. Our I think we adopted a British style monarchy type of government, which was wrong. It didn't.
But that is legacy we cannot change, Amarnath ji.
We
That
can
is part
change
of
it.
legacy.
We can still change it. We
Yeah.
have to start talking about it, that we adopted the wrong one and it is a wrong fit for us. We
Yes.
should switch over the time. Like we start talking, then this gradually happens. In 50 years, maybe people will realize it. So this is because right now this is the problem we have. Look at the government. State governments are always fighting for who is going to be the chief minister. That you know In this country, for example, New Jersey, where I am, I am in the Trenton area. I don't even know which one is the Capitol building, such a small building of the Capitol. And probably New Jersey's economy is at least bigger than at least five six states combined together. And
Yeah.
you cannot even I cannot recognize. Bhavanji, do you know that Trenton, where you came, this is the capital place? I have not yet seen it. Is such a two buildings right in the on the river. You know, there is one governor and one lieutenant governor. That's it, the government. There is no ministers and all that. Governor and lieutenant governors. And then that's it. So uh, after that is all the basically they run it every department. Same thing with the center. You not if you ask here who are the ministers, nobody can tell you the name of all the 7 8 secretaries we have. I don't even know myself that who
Yeah.
is what. It's so invisible. And then there is government like all the in the Washington DC, all our parliamentarians, they buy their own house. They don't have a free housing
Yeah.
or free cars. They other than the president, in this country, nobody has the sarkari house or
Yeah. Same thing
sarkari
in Singapore.
ghora gadi. Hmm?
Singapore also same thing, Amarnath ji. My
Yeah,
son is a bureaucrat. He is into the public service commission, and he just gets salary and everything he has to
yeah,
manage on his own.
yeah, exactly.
So
That's
he
how
is
it is.
equivalent of IS officer in India.
Yeah,
So many of the our relatives, they ask us, your son is like IS officer, so he must be having a lot of amenities and facilities from government. Then we
yeah,
laugh.
yeah.
It's not like
So
that.
so so these so this is this. I mean, there is a huge abuse in the by the politicians in
Yeah.
India of the political power. So right
Mm,
now, I mean, look at the poor state like Bihar has 30 ministers. They have सबके पास बंगलो है, एक से एक गाड़ी है,
correct.
जी 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 लेवल का सिक्योरिटी है. I mean, all the malguzari you and I give, that
Correct.
goes into maintaining those ministers.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
The
Yeah.
Amarnath ji, see, the whole issue is actually हम लोगों का जो सा है, because of the society हम लोगों का ऐसा है कि what
Feudal
happens
system.
is that in our society, we give a lot of value to the power part. Everybody
Yeah,
wants to acquire power somehow, not innovations. People see, if you hear the TV, see the TV, you will find most 90% of the time they are dealing with the politicians. आज वो
Yeah.
छींक दिया है, आज वो पेशाब करने गया है, आज ये करने
yeah.
गया
Yeah, that's
है.
why I say that
so,
I never
so
see
we
the discussion on how they are going to
no, so we talk
implement.
about power. The
Yeah,
society. We encourage people to have power.
Yeah.
So innovation is not talked about. Whereas in
yeah,
Mm,
USA, which doesn't have an ancient history, it is a country of 500 years old. Everything
right.
has
Right.
started afresh. पर
Yeah.
यहाँ
yeah,
पर तो lot of legacy है, हम लोग का legacy है जो कि आप गांव में जाइएगा, आप लोग इतना अच्छा काम किए हैं, उतना वैल्यू नहीं देगा, पर एक आईएएस का चमचा एक आएगा तो उसके पीछे वो दौड़ते हैं.
Yeah.
करेक्ट करेक्ट.
So it is
अब
in our blood that has become that we have to clean our blood a little bit.
Exactly.
करेक्ट.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. तो
हम
चलिए
न्यू
फिर
जर्सी
I
आए
think
हुए
now
हैं
it's time.
अमरनाथ जी.
पंकज.
हम न्यू जर्सी गए थे. इको इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हमारा एक कस्टमर था, उसको विजिट करने के लिए.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
इको
well, New
इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स.
Jersey doesn't have much activity in semiconductor, but there are, I think, a couple of
Yeah.
places,
They
things.
own a lot of complex designs, and they were supplying for applied materials and
Yeah,
ASML, all the
yeah,
complex platforms where you have cooling systems, heat
yeah,
exchangers, very
yeah.
complex heat exchangers they make for wafer, chambers where coatings and many things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to visit them, Vico Instrument in New
Oh,
Jersey,
nice.
long
Yeah,
back. So my
yeah,
my customers were applied material, ASML, except Lam Research. We had all all the customers
yeah.
in
Oh,
semiconductor manufacturing.
mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how it goes. Supplier and customer supplier relationship. Everybody in America, they teach you first thing that you all are supplier and you all are customers.
Yeah. Yes. Suppliers
You
are
know,
also customers.
so everybody is customer and supplier both. So you should be always very balanced
Correct.
uh, in in delivering and accepting.
Right,
So
right.
that's a very good lesson I learned in this country.
So if we
Uh,
want to extend our failure analysis community to your area, how we can leverage on your connections there, network.
Uh, uh, I can probably, I'll have to think about that one. How, I mean, I can give you a couple of names, but uh, yeah, I mean, if you are trying to develop a society,
Right,
that can be, I can give you a couple of names who have been part of the fair analysis teams. Later on, I'll have to dig because now I'm not working anymore. I left this industry almost 4 years back.
अच्छा.
So yeah, and yeah, but I mean, there is always. I mean, there are almost conferences running all the time in this country
Right,
on
right,
different things. So probably there are already existing quite a few, societies, whatever focus group you want to make. Uh, but then there is always room for one more, so
right,
it can be
right,
done, right?
right.
So yeah, we'll have to investigate that one. I
Hmm.
can't answer right away, but
ठीक.
yeah,
श्रीनाथ जी से हम मिले थे, आए थे वो घर पे हमारे. हम लोग
yeah. He told me
काफी
that
देर.
I saw your picture. I
हाँ,
posted it here. Yeah, so very nice that you guys are now uh,
हाँ,
knowing each other.
हाँ. हम लोग फिर गाना वाना भी गाए साथ में, तो बहुत अच्छा गाता
Yeah,
है.
yeah. He also loves the Ghana, and you love the Ghana. So I told him that you guys will be a great jury. Yeah,
राइट.
yeah.
फिर हम उनको गए
So,
थे, बहुत देर हो गया था रात, तो ड्रॉप करके फिर आए उनको घर पे.
so you'd be, Chaturanan, Mallik, myself, we all, and Srinath, we all are from the same place, same village. So we are childhood friends. We
वेरी
went
गुड.
all in different
आई एम
directions.
सो लकी टू गेट कनेक्टेड ऑन दिस प्लेटफॉर्म थ्रू पंकज जी.
Yeah. So,
Thank you, sir.
पर पंकज जी, अब तो हम लोग ही 4 लोग रह गए और सब चले गए.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हम ही
But
लोग
it was
ज्यादा
very
पैशनेट हैं.
interesting discussing these things. पर आप लोग जरा सोचिए कि भाई दरभंगा में कैसे हो ये सब चीज.
Yes, sir. This is really very good.
होगा
first
होगा
thing,
जरूर होगा.
first thing, Darbhanga
दरभंगा
में you
तो
need a airport हो
हाँ.
जाए. एयरपोर्ट करवा दीजिए. सेकंड, you need a मिथिला स्टेट. जब तक मिथिला
एयरपोर्ट तो हो
स्टेट नहीं
चुका है
होगा
ना
कुछ नहीं
दरभंगा
होगा.
में.
अच्छा, एयरपोर्ट तो हो चुका है, अब क्या चाहिए अब तो?
नहीं नहीं, उसमें कहाँ, अभी बहुत कुछ बाकी है. नहीं, एयर प्लेन जो है वो चलता ही नहीं है. सुना है कि एक या दो प्लेन चल रहा है सिर्फ. That's it.
नहीं, वो लैंड का प्रॉब्लम था, वो तो सॉल्व हो गया है आई थिंक.
इंडिया में मुझे कभी मिला था एक आदमी जो अमेरिकन है लेकिन सिंगापुर में काम करता है और उसका हाफ इटालियन हाफ अमेरिकन है. ही वर्क्स फॉर ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग द कंपनीज अक्रॉस द ग्लोब जिनमें ऑपरेशनल प्रॉब्लम है, टर्न अराउंड करते हैं, उनका काम है.
या.
ही फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर है. तो he also served many companies in India, and he was telling the biggest challenge India has is the land acquisition problem for
Yeah,
growing economy.
I think so, yes.
So this comes from a person who is not Indian,
Well,
but he has worked with some companies and he got this conclusion.
Bhavanji, anybody
Yes.
wants land, tell them to come to Srivipatti. We will give. Start an industry in
No,
my village. I can give you 20 acres of land. No, I'm just kidding.
no,
Yeah.
but the problem which Sanjay ji has told is a very real problem. My brother-in-law, who was IAS he was also once time principal secretary and things like that. So his main problem was that how to acquire land in Bihar. छोटा छोटा प्लॉट है और सब दूसरे के नाम से है. How to handle even 1 acre लेने के लिए you need to contact something like 30 people. How to acquire land is the biggest problem in Bihar, and I'm sure that's going to be problem even in Darbhanga side also. So even
And
if
in
you have
30
a
people, a lot of
uh,
people living in Mumbai, a lot of people living in Delhi, as like
Yeah.
means
I mean,
30
yeah,
people are present in village.
it's it is difficult, but it can be done. I mean, I don't see these things as a huge challenge. The
and
the
see in
government. The thing
Bengal
is,
also, you see Mamta Banerjee came on the basis of that with the Tata Nano land thing. No, see, because the land was taken, and she incited the farmers so much that
see,
UCC came to power, replacing the the other government.
I mean,
So,
the land you have to acquisition. You pay heavy price. That's how you acquire the land. People are, if you give them if the market value is X, if you give them 2 3 X, people will sell. It's all the supply. But you are trying to, the market value is X, and you are trying to get as a government X minus something. This is the problem. That's why there is acquisition problem. You have to give them more money. And second problem is that who is the true owner? You have to dig. Again, that is the government problem. How come if you have a bank knows about all the rupees you have, every single rupees, who is the owner of the rupees? But you are saying that you might have, say, 50 crores land plots in the whole country of India. You government doesn't know who is the owner of that land. So whose fault is that? That is the government's fault. State government, central government, you have to have a proper database, and the ownership should be clear. I mean, there are now more cars in the country than the land plots we have in India. Every car, who owns that car. Every rupees, who owns that rupees. But land, we don't know. Why? So
yeah, that is
yeah,
true.
yeah. So yeah, but तो
चलिए
चलिए फिर
तब
आज,
Yes,
I
sir.
think
आज it
आज का
was a
discussion
nice
was,
talk.
yeah, we'll continue. I think
Yes, sir.
time for you guys to have dinner, or if you
Right,
already ate,
right.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
चलिए फिर,
bye. Good night.
bye. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.